Bonnie. Welcome back. So I'm in my office and I've already started to do my makeup. I use the Becca and Smashbox Under Eye Correcting Concealer, but I used it to prime my eyelids. So I'm going to tell you a story. Now, okay, we need to set the stage. We need to have context. How many of you have played the game Uno? Now, it's an American game. I think it was developed in 1971 by this family in Cincinnati, blah, blah, blah. So now it's sort of like a big, at least it was a big game when I was growing up. Like it was a whole bunch of fun. So this is how I understood it. I played it with my niece last year, and I feel like the rules are different now, and I don't quite understand. So So the way it works is that everybody gets, is it 8 cards? I don't even know. Okay. You get your deck or your hand of cards, and they are numbered and different colors. So you could have like a green, red, a green, red. You could have a green two, a red two, blah, blah, blah. So in the game, you put a card down and you have to then either match the color or the number so that you can discard a card, right? But then there are some like there's a wild card and a draw two and a draw four and blah blah blah. But today we're going to talk about the Uno reverse card. So that card, once you put it down, it like reverses back to the person who went before you or whatever, right? Is the best way I can describe this. Okay. So in Taiwan in 2022, there is a man named Fan, Fan. Now Fan is was married. I'm gonna go in with the Huda Nude Rich. I repurchased this because I talked about it. I've talked about it over time, but it is one of my favorite palettes, and I had it before, and I pretty much panned the whole thing. So I thought maybe I'll get it again, and let's see if I still like it. I hope I do. Um, I also finally bought the Huda, uh, what is it called? The powder. I haven't used it though, and I only bought a mini. Um, Tracy says she likes it, so I think I like it. Anyway, so Fun in 2022 started to suspect that his wife, he's married, they have 2 kids, that she was having an affair. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. So he suspects her of having an affair. He's not sure. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. He's not sure. So what he decides to do is to set up some cameras in the house. So he puts some cameras, maybe one in the living room and the other like under the computer in the main bedroom where he and his wife sleep. So 2 weeks after he put those cameras in, he gets his evidence. He has video evidence of his wife engaging in a sexual encounter with somebody that's not him. So Fan decides that this is grounds for divorce. So he takes the video footage and he is like starting divorce proceedings. And so he then just casually, invited his wife to have a discussion with him. He asked her to bring her lawyer. I don't know if that's how it went, but he did invite her and her legal representation. And they weren't able to come to an agreement regarding the divorce, like how things were going to go. And so then Fun decided, well, if we can't figure this out, then I'm going to file a civil lawsuit. Now, here's where the Uno reverse card comes in. His wife, she goes to the local police station and she files a complaint. She accused her husband of invading her privacy by installing hidden cameras around their home without her consent. I would have never thought of this. And then reverse, she files a lawsuit against him. So they literally go to court, or at least it's heard by a judge. And Fun was like, I installed the cameras out of worry because the kids said that their mom, my wife, spends a lot of time in the bedroom and they like complained about it because, or I'm sorry, in the bathroom because it was just an unusually long time. The judge was like, and no. So he was found guilty of secretly filming someone without their consent and without valid reason. And they sentenced Fun to 3 years in jail. I'm sorry, in prison. Prison is different from jail, baby. They sentenced him to 3 years. So he appeals. They hold up the verdict, but they did change it from 3 years to 3 months. Could you imagine? Could you? Listen, that lady is big, bad, and bold. She, if I was Fun, I would just be so effing pissed. I'm going to use these two shades here. I I would have some words for her. First of all, she's ingenious. Like, somebody get her to, she needs to be a strategist or something because I never thought of, like, we hear all these stories of people installing cameras and stuff. And I mean, I thought you could do whatever you want in your, but maybe not. Maybe because he didn't let her know. I also feel like the judge sounds like he had a personal sort of vendetta or something because he was like, no, that's not a good enough reason. Okay, girl, was you caught doing something you weren't supposed to? So I am just, when I read that, because the title was something like, or the headline was something like, man gets prison sentence for catching wife in an affair. She must have a good lawyer. She has the person who is the top of the class. Okay? She also has somebody who's petty. Because who thinks that up? Oh, I wouldn't have thought to do. That's why I'm not a lawyer. I Whoever she got for her lawyer deserves every cent that they charged her. Because not only did they come up with this foolishness, they won. Oh, Fun was pissed. I mean, he had to be pissed. Like, could you imagine? Could you? Oh, if I was his friend, I would be like, dang, hun. Wow, she really Uno reversed you. She said draw four. I'm sorry, that's not funny. It's not funny because I feel bad for Fun. Eh, But I guess it don't matter. They said it's not a good enough reason. So, you know, I mean, I wonder if he should have just been like transparent about it. Like, hey, judge, this is what I suspected. So I went ahead and got these cameras to kind of confirm my suspicions. Or he could have said something like, I think I sleepwalk. And so I thought it'd be good to put the cameras in just to like see so that when I go to the doctor, I could let them know. Or like, I don't know. I have a seizure disorder and I want to be sure that I can catch any that I possibly have so that I can report back to the neurologist. Or I think someone is like coming into my house when I'm not here. So I go ahead and just put some cameras in there just to like catch them. No, you know what it is? He said that he put them in there to spy on her. So maybe he shouldn't have told maybe he shouldn't have just said nothing about putting them in there to look at his wife. He should have just said he was surveilling the entire residence. And maybe he hadn't had time yet to put cameras in other places. He was trying to figure out like what would be the best location. That's what he was doing. Like, so he didn't have a good lawyer. I wonder if he represented himself because who came up with I installed the cameras out of worry for my children because they complained that their mother spent an unusually long time in the bathroom. So the cameras are in the bedroom and the living room. So that don't make sense, fine. He really should have consulted with somebody. He really should have because I would be, listen, when I tell you I would be beyond pissed, beyond. Like, I went through all of this to figure it out. I was nice. I invited you to come and talk to me about the divorce. I wonder why they couldn't settle on like they couldn't come to an agreement. That's what I'm wondering. Like, you know, I'm using this shade and just gonna pop into some of these other shimmers. So what do you think? Because there's one side of it that's like, yeah, you shouldn't be um, filming someone without their consent. But what else was he supposed to do? Dude, but listen, Fine, you can't keep up with Mrs. Fine because she was like, oh, you want to bring a civil suit, babes? Prepare yourself, okay? Prepare yourself. She's like, I ain't going down without a fight. Mrs. Fine is not playing. She is not playing. She don't care what she did, how she did it, when, why, and with whom. She was just like, don't write a check, yo. What is it? Don't let your mouth write a check your hands can't cash. Whatever it is, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't remember these, be remembering these things, but you know what I mean. What you gonna tell the kids? What you gonna tell? I mean, I guess Mrs. Fine can decide. She obviously knows better than all of us what to do with her life. So I ain't even tripping. Them kids gonna be fine. And if she represented herself, she needs to go ahead and start a law law practice because her talents are being wasted. Okay, so I'm going to do my foundation. I'm gonna tell you this story because a lot of y'all are parents. Let's tell you this story. There is an Indian teenager, and just like all the other kids, he wanted an iPhone. Now, when did you get your first phone? Child, I didn't get mine until I was like 14, I think, and mainly it was because I would take the public bus to school, and um, sometimes things would happen, and I would need to contact my parents or something, or my siblings. Um, and I think there was once I went to the office at my school to see if I could use the phone, and they were like, no. So my family was like, oh, that's how we gonna do it. I'm using the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Universal. And yes, I did get her new palette. And I'm going to find some time to sit down and do swatches and looks. So just bear with me. I'm trying to just figure out like when I'll film and stuff like that. Because I put a lot of pressure on myself. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to film. Um, but also there are a lot of other things in my life that are like, oh my God, I have to do that. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm going to go in with the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. I really enjoy this foundation, and I have it in the shade 59N. And I'm using this BK Beauty 101 travel brush. Okay, so I didn't get a phone until I was like 14. It was like one of those old, like brick, like Sprint phones or something. Anyway, but it definitely wasn't a smartphone, right? We weren't smart for a while. So, and honestly, before even getting a smartphone, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna become an eye sheep. Here we but I've been paying my own cell phone bill, all that jazz, as soon as um Snap was I or either my sisters were paying the bill initially or I was, but I definitely have been paying it since uh college. Like or yeah, since 17 or 18 has been my responsibility. So that means I've also bought my own phones and everything. And you know what? Sometimes you can't get the phone that you want, okay? Because you can't afford it because y'all don't have no job. Talking about the little kids. So this teenager, they didn't say how old, in India, has been accused of emotional blackmail. And let me tell you why. This little boy, I mean, he seems like he's a good, I feel like he's got to be 16. Around that. Yeah, I feel like he's got to be 16. Because it's like he's a little savvy, but he's still a little foolish. That's about the age. He went on a hunger strike for 3 days to make his mama buy him an iPhone. Mind you, this woman is not making a lot of money. She's over here selling flowers outside of the temple. Like, that's, like, seriously, that's not a lot of income. I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs concealer. Oh, I have reading glasses right here. I just ordered some more reading glasses. You know, after 40, you can't see nothing. Tan 46. This is the Accomplice concealer. And you can't see nothing if you're not reading. And then I also have Deep 50. So tan is like I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the reading glasses, y'all. I could just, wear my regular glasses, but I have my contacts in. Um, so I guess the person who was selling the phone or something like uh um recorded whatever or somebody recorded something because it didn't happen if it's not on social media. It's very much like therapy. Like if you don't do your note, like if you don't put it in the note, it ain't happen. So you got to put stuff in the note, clinical note. So that's how life is. If it's not on social media, it didn't happen. So they recorded it, put on social media, and people are just coming for the little boy because they're like, you had your mama who is out here working her tail off. You have nerve to go on a hunger strike to get her to buy you an iPhone. Now, my parents are Caribbean, so I feel like I have to give you that context. When I tell you they would have let me starve, when I tell you they would have let my behind starve, I mean, they wouldn't let me die. But I know they wouldn't have been like, well, okay, well, we'll get you the iPhone. And I'm not saying nothing about this mama. It sounds like she is a caring, like, mother and wants the best for her child and wants to give him what he wants and needs. But all I know is that my behind, I probably would have ended up just sneaking into the kitchen and trying to get something to eat if my parents hadn't put a lock on the fridge. Because I feel like they would be like, oh, for real? Let's help you. Like, I'm going to call my mother and ask her, but I can guarantee you, my hungry behind, child, they wouldn't be paying me no mind. Listen, we were poor, okay? I wasn't even studying no damn iPhone. Like, can I just have something that dial out? Y'all, when I read, it was like, see, I want to know what y'all parents would do because I don't know if I would handle the situation well if I was the parent. I don't know. Okay. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't. All I know is ain't nobody coming out of here with no daggone iPhone. I don't know what to tell you. So you're gonna have to eat something. I don't that's cause I'm that's why. Cause I'm me. I wouldn't I'm me. You know when kids these days are different. If I was talking about I'm going first of all, you better eat something, okay? Because we ain't got a lot. So you better find your way to this pot and eat some of this food. Or else you're gonna be real hungry for real long. Or you better wait and get your free lunch at school. Why don't I have like a powder brush? Child. I'm gonna ask my mom. I don't even think I would think of it like, oh, I'm gonna do this for an iPhone. Girl, I barely got new uniforms. What I'm talking about? Let alone talking about what I wish I would. I wish. I wish I could do it now just to see what my parents would say. Like 3 days. I'm also like, did you really not eat? Like for real, for real? You are a growing teen boy. Those people eat a lot. Those little boy teenagers. So it's hard for me to believe. But let me know what you think. I'm a terrible person, so I'd be like, I can you make it a week? Like, because I'm also like, listen, that is such a privileged little like, not a prank. Some people don't have food. They can't be doing that. Talking about I'm gonna starve myself. I'm gonna go on a hunger strike until you buy me this iPhone. Like, I so wish you would. I would be so pissed. I would be like, you need to go volunteer your time instead of sitting over here not eating. Why don't you go up over here and help feed these folks who don't have access to food? How about you do that? Maybe if you do that, I'll get you an iPhone. But you sitting here over here being so privileged. Get you a job. Mind you, who's gonna pay for the monthly bill? Child. Um, I wouldn't know what to tell them. Baby, you ain't getting this phone. And now you for sure not getting it. Because now you over here acting stupid. Everybody don't get what they want. Save up your money. Come out here and sell these flowers. Anyway, that's why he's not my child, and that's why I'm not his mother. So let me finish everything up, and then I will come back uh, and say bye. So here's the finished look, and now I have 1 minute before my client gets here, or they're probably already here before they come in. Anyway, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. Please let me know. What do you think about Thon and his wife's Uno reverse? And what do you think about a little teenager doing his little hunger strike? And the HOA meeting is tonight, and I am ready with pen and paper. Okay. Anyways, I would love it if you like the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.